Hey guys, alright, I'm going to make a video, and this video is going to explain what you're supposed to be doing. I've gotten a lot of emails with people saying, what am I supposed to be doing? I don't get it. I'm confused. Okay, fair enough. In lieu of me writing long email responses, I'm going to try to make this video and show you what you need to be doing. Alright, so here's Canvas. I'm just going to use, I have two AP1 sections. I'll just use this one. So when you get into AP1, this is what it'll look like, and you'll see Bruce. Now I make announcements, so there are announcements. One of them is about a College Board webinar that I think is happening today. The other one here is my explanation of what you're supposed to be doing. But a bunch of you guys don't read things. I haven't seen most of you. I haven't heard from most of you as far as Zoom meetings and things like this. So here I go. So announcements. There's going to be stuff in there so you can read that. But anyway, if you go to modules, you'll see that first thing that'll pop up is kinematics. So these are all the old modules that we did throughout the whole year, and I've opened them back up so you can look at all the notes and videos. And if you want to do these little quizzes, it says May the 10th. That's just because I needed them to be open so that you can do them. But these are all the old stuff, and you can do these quizzes, which is fine, just for practice. Now, this right here is the first module that we are responsible for, and I put the dates on there of when this thing needs to be done. Okay, SHM and waves. And if you just scroll through this module, you'll see, oh my God, look how long it is. It's just chock full of stuff. And people say, oh my goodness, Sharkey, what have you done to me? You're ruining my life. And so what this is my attempt to recreate class without having class. So in class, we would watch videos, and I would do demos, and I would write notes on the board, or we would look at PowerPoint slides or whatever. Most of the time I write notes on the board. And then we may do practice problems. And then at some point we'd work on quest homework, right? And then, at some point, we'd do labs, yeah. At some point we'd have a test. So the good news is there won't be any tests. There are no tests. There are no finals. But I went ahead and put all this stuff in here so that it's like class, only you're having to look at it yourself, teach yourself, think for yourself. Which you probably should be doing anyway, even if we were having class. But this is it. Some of these videos are things that I've made specifically for this time, specifically for y'all. Some of these are just videos that I found that I like. Sharkey, I have to do all this stuff? No, you don't. The only things you are responsible for are the things that have due dates underneath them. So this is actually the first thing right here. It's called the Hooke's Law Lab number 1. And you see it has a little date, and it says 100 points. This is the first thing you are responsible for. Right above it is a video to get you going, to help you do this lab. So, some of the videos and some of the notes, some of the practice problems may be helpful because they may address things that you'll see later that you have to do. The only things you ultimately are responsible for are things that have due dates. So when I'm doing these, I'm going to, all right, here's my module, and I'll scroll down until I find the first thing that has a due date and has points attached to it. It's like, okay, this is April 19th. All right, so when is that? Okay, well, I have a few days. All right, I'll go back and I'll start working through here. Maybe one morning I'll just do some videos and read some notes, and that's it. And I'll just sort of be ticking these boxes off. And at some point, if I feel comfy, then maybe I'll look at the Hooke's Law Lab video and I'll start this lab. That's what I'll do. And I'll ask people for help. You can, ask me. Send me notes, and I can help. Okay? Do you have to do every one of these little things? No. I can't make you do anything. If you want credit for the course, you're going to have to do some of this stuff. It's pass-fail, which means you're either going to get credit for the course or you're not. Then there's a Hooks Law Lab number 2 here. Then there's a little quizzy poo that I made. And then we get into waves. And there's some wave stuff here. But notice, most of this doesn't have due dates underneath it. Okay? All right. Then, exam review. Some of you guys are already getting ready for the test. This is optional. And I'm constantly second-guessing myself and wondering if I should have made it something that you have to do. But I'm aware that some of you were never going to take the test. And I can't really make you do these problems. Even if I try to assign them, I can't really make you do it. But anyway, I have a couple modules here. This first module has just a bunch of different review stuff. This document is my recommendations for what I think you should be doing to get ready for the test. This is a link to FRQ practice problems on College Board. This is a link to the big review on Quest. Notice there's no due date underneath this. I'm not going to make you do the big review on Quest. You can do it to practice for the test, to review, but it's not going into factoring into whether or not you get credit for the course. The next module is going to be all the FRQs that we're going to be doing with Mr. Mitchell, and that you guys will talk about in the weekly Zoom meetings on Wednesday nights that we will have. And so I am just going to have a running list of the information for each of the Zooms that are coming up, and then the FRQs. And you guys will be in line with all of his kids, so you're going to be doing the same things. And this will appear right here. And here again, this is optional. The Zoom meetings are optional. Next are the College Board review videos that they're making. And these are all just links straight to YouTube to look at those videos. And that's all that is. The portfolio project is a thing. I made it's in its own little module by itself. And then there will be one final module over electricity. And it opens in May. And I made a little quest. There will be one final quest that you will do for electricity. So this is what you're supposed to be doing. Now, how do I know if you're working? We're supposed to be taking attendance. How can I do this? How do I take attendance? Well, if you go to Zoom meetings, then I will know. And some of the ones with Mr. Mitchell, I will attend so I can see if you're there. Emails. If you send me notes, then I'm going to know that you're working. If you turn things in, I'm going to know that you're there. Now, some of you guys, I haven't seen any of this stuff yet. So, okay, guys, I was just about to say what I'm going to do for those of you who I don't see stuff from. There's a people button right here. And if I click on that, if I click on this people button, it'll be just a giant list of everyone in the course. And it will tell me when you've logged in last and how long for and what you've been doing. So I'm going to use that because some of you guys, you may be doing things and you may not have turned things in yet. You may not have gone to Zooms or whatever, but you're still working, right? So I want to have a way to make it fair that yes, you were in there, you're working, you're doing things. You may not have turned things in yet. You haven't had any questions for me. You don't need to go to Zooms, but you're there. So this is how I will take attendance. And I can use all those things in order to do it. You guys need to be working. You need to be doing things. The only way to get credit for the course is to do things and turn things in. Does everything have to be perfect? No, it does not. Absolutely not. You just have to show that you are working, that you are putting forth effort, that's it. It doesn't have to be perfect. There won't be tests. I will not be looking at things with a fine-tooth comb. So that's the goal here, is to get through this to May 28th and show that we are learning a little bit, we're growing, we're doing some effort, we're doing some work. That's the goal. All right, there's my video. You guys get to work, ask me questions, don't sleep till noon, and I'll see you soon.